Hey YouTube, I just thought I would do a quick update. I know I've been MIA, but so much has gone on in the last, I guess, 8 weeks, 6 weeks. Craziness. Um, yeah, I look like shit tonight, but yeah, it's pretty much how I feel these days, most of the time. Still pretty much having the same health problems, but a new one is symptom has kind of started, whether it's related or not to the blood pressure and headache, but I now am nauseous pretty much after any drink or any food. Even water does it, so. But I've been through a battery of tests, MRIs to CT scans to ultrasounds to, and nothing's really showed what was showing on the original CAT scan in March is no longer there on the MRI as of 2 weeks ago. MRI the 20th of April. So yeah. So I guess that's good, and there's no major tumors or anything causing it, but it still leaves me with a bazillion questions and no answers. Still have a headache 24/7, 7 days a week. I've tried every painkiller pretty much on the market, from morphine to Percocet to Tylenol to whatever, you name it. Nothing works for very long. Couple hours maybe at most. But the only thing they have found so far is my vision has changed drastically. But then my field of vision in the right eye is normal at all. So on Thursday I saw a eye specialist, and he thinks I have something. I don't know a lot about it right now, but it's something called eye spasms, where the blood vessels in my eyes go into spasm, and it changes my vision pretty much completely from one extreme to the other. Probably why the dizzy, and it can cause headaches, but whether it's related to the spasms itself, the headache I have is, or if it's just something, we don't know. I have to go back to my other eye doctor, regular eye doctor, and do a specialized test to see what prescription I need on my glasses, because what he tested me a little over 2 weeks ago in the ophthalmologist, the eye special got something completely different on the same test 3 different times. I have 3 different prescriptions, pretty much what I need in the moment. So I don't know what this all means yet. I have to wait for the specialist to send a report to my eye doctor. I am getting new glasses, just not sure when and what prescription, but I don't even know what really causes this eye spasm thing. I guess my medication that I was on years ago, Topamax, which is used for bipolar and a bunch of other seizure drug, and it works wonders for people who take it most of the time. It did for me, but then I became anaphylactic reaction allergic to it big time. So I haven't been on it for quite a number of years, but I guess it's a very common in this eye spasm thing in people who take it. He thought I was on it now, but I haven't been on it almost 8 years, I'm gonna say 10 years, close to it now. So it's obviously not from that, but it could be one of the other psych meds I'm on. Well, one particular one I'm thinking it would be what it would be from. But yet, mood-wise, I'm semi-stable. I'm not horrible and I'm not great, but I'm kind of all over the place, but it's not my worst, and I'm not in the hospital, so I really don't want to mess with the meds if I don't have to, but we will see. Then I also saw an internist specialist who's most concerned about the headaches and the blood pressure. I'm still trying to control the blood pressure. I'm on like 4 different meds at very high max doses of anything, and it's still not holding it all day long. And I take it like 3 times a day, where before my fall when I broke my shoulder in February, I was on 2 medications at very small doses only once a day. So I don't know why I've had to quadruple it ever since a month after I fell. I've had to like quadruple, and it's still not controlled my blood pressure. so we don't really know what's going on. And the headache's still there, but then the nauseous whole thing is crazy. But they're wanting to scope my stomach, which I've never had done, but I know it's not a big deal. But I can't get into a general surgeon until June 28th, and that's the quickest one we could find. Because it's not death, I'm not in critical condition. Things in Canada, yes, it's free, but you wait. If it's non-urgent or not life-threatening, you tend to wait. And for specialists, you can wait a very long time. So June isn't that bad for most specialists around here, but I would love to have it sooner so I can at least feel human again, not feel like a bag of crap every day. So, yeah. But we're not too worried about the stomach right now. We're just trying to get the blood pressure and headache under somewhat control, or better, or fixed, or figure out what's going on. But the internist actually thinks the headache is something vascular, kind of migraine type, but doesn't know what, because it doesn't exactly look like a migraine. And yeah, so we were just going to see if getting the blood pressure down will fix the headache or vice versa. But so far, no luck. I just upped my blood pressure meds for the millionth time the last month. I don't even know. I'm on now at the max dose of the one medication. So let's hope this works, because I don't know what else I'm going to do, because it's not as high. It used to be 188 over 125. And now when it's high, it runs 170 over 100. So it's slightly down from what it was, but still nowhere near normal. And when it's down after I take it for a few hours, it goes down to like 120 over 75, which is perfect, 180, and yeah, but it won't stay there. Yeah, but it seems I'm just thinking out loud here, because my brain, none of this was going on at all before I fell and broke my shoulder. Seems like 3 to 4 weeks after I fell, all these symptoms started. So I'm starting to wonder if the fall kind of jerked inflammatory response in my blood vessels, or immune response. I don't know. I'm pulling at straws here, but it seems like none of this was going on until I fell. So whether something triggered something, I don't know. Whether now that we know this eye thing going on, whether I need to see a vascular specialist, I don't know. I don't go back to the internist till May 28th. And she's doing a battery of blood tests and urine tests this last week and this week, like 24-hour collecting, and they took like 10 vials of blood from me on Friday. So, yeah, I'm hoping something shows of all these tests, because if nothing shows, I'm just going to be more frustrated than I already am, because why do I feel like crap so much if there's nothing wrong? So I'm just, guys, could use some prayers that they find an answer, or something works, or magically goes away. I don't know what else to think of. Bipolar wise, it's somewhat stable compared to what it has been. I mean, it's not nowhere near unstable, but definitely cycling the last month, I think, just due to stress and physically feeling crappy, but that's just the way it is. Only good news, when I saw the internist, I got a accurate weight for the first time in a very long time. So in the last 16 months, well, a little over a year, yeah, about 15, 16 months, I've lost 92 pounds. So I'm actually only 8 pounds away from my first goal of 100-pound loss. So you would think, in theory, if I've lost this much weight, that my blood pressure would be getting better, because they say if it's weight related, you lose weight and it gets better. Mine's getting worse as I lose more weight. So I don't know. I'm a mystery. So I'm very excited that 92 pounds is gone. I mean, my clothes are much bigger, and the only thing that really upsets me is seeing the extra. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, I never, when you're this much overweight, when you get to almost over 400 pounds at your heaviest, um, you lose almost, you're going to have, when you try to lose like 200 plus pounds, you're going to have extra skin, and now it's getting, certain areas are getting very, saggy and extra skin, and I really don't like it. Thank God clothes hide it, because it's really self-conscious. Yeah, sorry this is really long, but hold on. Sorry about that. I had my nephews and my mom stop by. What was I saying? The saggy skin and the weight loss. Eating disorder wise, I'm starting to not do well again. I was doing relatively good while I was healing from my shoulder because I physically couldn't purge. And I was on this major non-binging binge that I didn't really binge for a while. But slowly over the last month, it's starting to go back to purging and binging. Well, first I was only purging with even the small meals and restricting because I felt so nauseous all the time. And then I actually started purging anything I ate pretty much because I felt so nauseous after. I just wanted to feel better. But then slowly over the last 3 weeks, I've gone back to binging and purging, and with my stomach being such a mess, it's actually easier to purge, which is not a good thing because the easier it is for me, the more I want to do it. Because before, um, on my old stomach meds, it was much harder to purge because it kept the sphincter from the opening to your stomach from opening and closing so much. So now I'm supposedly do the same thing, but this drug I'm on literally does nothing. It's top of the line, supposedly the best line of defense for stomach issues, but for me it's done nothing. So pretty much just taking it to take it, hopefully it would help, but so far nothing. So purging is definitely back on the radar, and binging much more so, less last week especially, binging a lot. I even been binging and purging when my mom is here, which I wasn't doing, or I tend to not do as often if I'm not alone. Um, Only because I don't, she worries, and then I don't really want to have her hearing me. Just something you do in private, I guess. Anyone who knows with eating disorders, you don't really do it when others are around. But even last night and today, I did last night when she was here, I managed to purge quietly. If that's, I don't intend to do that, but I managed last night. She didn't hear me, as far as I knew. And this afternoon, as soon as she left, I went to a binge purge twice and back to back. So that's why my face is a little chubbier than my glands are a little bit swollen tonight. But that always happens. My face gets pudgy after a binge purge session. Because normally my jawline is much easier to see with all the weight loss lately. So yeah, well, I guess it's been helping. The restricting and binging, non-binging what period was helping a lot because I dropped like 30 pounds in 6 weeks almost. So I'm only 8 pounds away from my goal, my first goal, and then still got more to lose, but I just want to start with this 8 pounds, which is sort of gone to let's purge more so I lose more weight faster. Eating disorder voice has kind of gone haywire. That's all I can say. The more weight I realized I've lost, the more excited I get, the more I tend to use eating disorders to make it more. Yeah, it's a bad cycle. And then, of course, all the stomach issues are not being helped by all the purging. So, like, really, whatever is going on in there is being compounded, made worse with all the purging. So, I'm kind of a mess right now. But on a good note, the Eating Disorder Foundation of Canada is one step closer to getting the new program open. So, we've hit a major hurdle. So, hopefully, if everything goes as planned and on track, we will be open within 2 years. a year and a half, maybe at the most, hopefully a year, but every time I stay over hopefully a year, it tends to turn into a lot longer. It's just been a lot of roadblocks, a lot of politics, but we're getting closer, so there will be treatment available for people of all eating disorders, from anorexia to binge eating and everything in between. So I'm excited to be working with this foundation on getting this going, and kind of give me renewed my hope, but then my eating disorder got worse right after I found that out, so I don't know what's going on. But that's about it for me. I just keep going one day at a time. Still looking after my little guy once in a while. That I have medical needs. I take care of Max a lot. Bowling is I started bowling 3 weeks ago. For some reason my shoulders, the only motion it can do is the bowling motion. It can't do out to the side and it can't do above my head, but I can somehow magically bowl. My physio doesn't really understand how I can bowl, but I don't have any range of motion or strength to do anything else. But the bowling gods have answered my prayers. What makes me very happy in life is my bowling. And tomorrow, Monday night, is our last night, which is sad because the season is now over. But I will start up again in September, and I will be president of the league this year. Yikes. I don't have that many jobs to do, but it's some work, which is good to do. That's about it. I just keep going. If anyone has a question or comment, make me a video or leave me a message. I love to answer any questions and do more videos. So, love you guys. Bye.